How's everybody doing? This is my third episode of Lunch with the White Fat Man. Today having, oh, you can see that? It's hard to say. Fish and chips anyway. Uh, French fries and fish sticks and a cookie and water and stuff like that. So this podcast or whatever it is supposed to be for education and entertainment. I'm going to offend everybody on this planet at least once. Hopefully, that's the goal. I'm having fish and chips, and it's the same as French fries and fish sticks. But the coronavirus is getting pretty bad. Excuse me. The bad thing about it, though, is what's coming. I keep saying this all the time. I keep saying this. I can't stress it enough. Is in 3 years from now, the bill collectors are going to come. That's the bad part. Between now and then, there's going to be divorces. There's going to be suicides. There's going to be a bunch of shit over money. Over money. Money doesn't mean shit. You know. Okay, that's 3 years from now. What's weird is 3 years ago, back. Let's go back 3 years from today. Okay, we had the immigration people coming up. Out of Honduras, Guatemala, and Mexico, or whatever the hell they were coming. Okay. We hear about the coronavirus all the time, but I've watched the news. So far, I haven't heard anybody in Mexico City or, say, Rio. Rio's pretty big. I've never heard of any of the coronaviruses being there. You hear China, Italy, France, Russia, Canada, United States, but I've never heard anything coming out of Mexico City or Rio, different places like that. And when I started this channel, let me tell a joke, I guess. Let's start it off with a joke, because we got to have something funny before we get into the serious shit. Okay. How about a redneck joke? Here's a redneck joke. How do you know if you're a redneck? When you haven't realized that dry humping the neighbor's dog is really a spectator sport. Did you get that one? Okay. Now let's go on to the other stuff. But it's going to be bad. It is going to be bad. The money is going to be hard for everybody, and the bill collector is going to come. And I hate to say it, it's Citibank, Goldman Sachs, and you got to watch out for that community college of artificial intelligence that's out of Provo, one out of Rexburg, and the honky law office. You got to watch out for these people, man. They are freaking evil, man. They are evil fucking people, and they're looking for your stuff, And they're going to give it to you, give it to their religion. Fish and chips. I need to shave today. What's strange is fish and chips. I don't know why they call it that. Something out of England. That's a word association. But say, for instance, Princess Di. Princess Di was a gorgeous lady. Chucky, her ex-husband, it was an ex because she got a divorce. Chucky wasn't meant to have Princess Di. But this is the only bad thing I'm going to say about Princess Di. Rest in peace. Is the names that she named her kids. One was named Harry, and one was named Willie. And when you're in England, what is a Harry Willie? Some sort of weird shit coming on. But Harry Willie, if you're from England, you know what that is. And I couldn't believe why Princess Di would name her kids that. Okay. So the coronavirus, it's going to affect, they say, the elderly. People like me, hopefully they can get rid of us, because we're not going to be PC. It's just like Joey Diaz says, it doesn't pertain to us. It does not pertain to us. We're never going to change. We're just going to die off, and the millennials are going to take over, and maybe you guys can be PC. But when I was growing up, we had our kids, and say back in the 80s, the toys that were coming out, like Teddy Ruxpin. I don't know if you guys remember Teddy Ruxpin. He had this little cassette. You'd stick it in this little teddy bear or whatever they're called, and he would tell the kids a story. Like Teddy Ruxpin in the airship, and he would say it for like a half an hour. Okay, that was good. I like that. Pretty entertaining for the kids, because the little bear, his mouth would move and entertain the kids. Later on, you got this thing called Tickle Me Elmo. Okay, it's fun for about a minute, maybe two max, and then after that gets annoying as hell. As soon as the kid goes to bed, it's called Drop Kick Me Elmo, man. Drop kick that little bastard across the room and put him into convulsions. I don't even know why they invented a toy like that. But anyway, okay. Back then they had Hooked on Phonics. It was always advertised on TV. Hooked on Phonics, Hooked on Phonics. Okay. But then they have another thing coming out a little bit later for the urban kids, the inner city urban kids, the poor, whatever you want to call them. It's called Hooked on Ebonics. I don't know if you remember that. They had Ebonics coming out, like the words that are coming up today. That's why we're not going to be PC because of the shit that they're doing today. So they had this thing called Hooked on Ebonics to teach the inner kids how to talk their language, or everybody talk the way they talk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a different language, but we're all speaking English. Okay. Come to find out later on that, we had Hooked on Phonics, Hooked on Ebonics, but everybody now is hooked on narcotics. It's just nuts. Everybody. But like, let me say, like PC. Okay, we're not going to change PC. But the thing is, the people that were hooked on Ebonics, they've changed the language to my mama, my baby mama, or whatever like that. That didn't make sense to our generation. My mama baby, my mama baby, my mama baby, my mama baby. Okay. So you ask them about the mama baby. Okay, how old's the baby now? And they go, oh, 12 or 13, And then they, instead of showing a picture of the baby, they have this phone. They bring out the phone and they start punching in the thing and show you a video of the baby, supposedly. Okay, she's in third grade, 12 or 13 years old. And she's probably a D cup, and she's going to be twerking in the third grade talent show, man. My daughter's going to be a professional twerker when she grows up, And to me, that reminds me of Vegas Vacation when Eddie was looking at his daughter. She's going to do the stripper pole thing and make Eddie some money, And somebody's going, hey, look at my third grade daughter. She's going to be a professional twerker. And it's sad. It is sad the way the world has changed. And I don't know if anybody's watching or not. Maybe I'm not even live. Maybe I'm just talking to myself. I have no clue. But also, we're all supposed to stay inside. We're not supposed to go outside. We're not supposed to spread the Corona, whatever the Hispanics call it. Corona, okay, virus. But what's weird is the streets are going to be empty and stuff like that. Okay, the world's changed. The New World Order is coming into power. The truck drivers are being autonomous. It's going to be autonomous truck driving. Now's a good time to test it out because nobody's out on the streets. Nobody's out there, Okay, we knew that was coming, of course. But the school teachers, okay, about a year ago, they were bitching that they didn't have enough money. They need a raise, which they do, of course. But in 1 year, a school teacher makes $45,000. So let's just say that, okay, $45,000 a year. In that 1 year, you can get rid of that school teacher. And how many computers can you buy for that $45,000? This is sad to say. But you don't have to pay retirement, you don't have to pay medical, you don't have to pay vacation, you don't have to pay whatever, you don't have to pay them after you get those computers going. Because now Windows 10's up. Okay, that was weird. Hopefully I'm going live, but that was weird. They had to update. Google had to update, you know. Google had to update something because it said YouTube wouldn't run without the Google update. So, you know, Google's watching everybody, of course. They know everything about you. So this is said to resume wherever I left off. But anyway, excuse me. Anyway, the autonomous truck driving and stuff like that is taking over because nobody's out on the streets right now. It's a good time to beta test it. Excellent time. Everybody's in the house. We're going to see how it works. Get rid of all the truck drivers. Like I was saying, that the school teachers, you know, about a year ago, they were complaining that they needed a raise and different things like that. Say, like I said, a school teacher making $45,000, $50,000 a year or whatever. In that 1 year, you can get rid of that school teacher and get those computers. You know, you can get a lot of computers for $45,000, $50,000 because computers are cheap now. And they update themselves, you know, with Windows 10s. They just keep updating. Just like right now, Google updated me right when I was doing a video. But the thing is, you don't have to pay insurance. You don't have to pay vacation. You don't have to pay retirement, you know, medical, blah, 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 blah. Okay, get rid of those. And while the kids are at home, this is what's strange. They can have a hologram in their living room. Whoever you want to teach that class can teach the class, you know. You can have Albert Einstein teaching physics, you know. That's crazy. And whoever you want, Michael Jackson. You want Michael Jackson to teach music class, you know, dance class, whatever. You can have your parents, even the kid's parents, because if the kid ain't paying attention, have his mom or dad right there in a hologram, teaching that kid, you know, make sure he's learning. But that's how times are changing, and the new world order is kicking in. So don't panic, you know, like the coronavirus. We're gonna make it through it, you know. It's just it's gonna happen. You know, a few of us are gonna die. Maybe me. It's hard to say. But they want you to stay indoors, and it's a good time right now for beta testing the truck drivers, beta testing the school systems, you know. But all I know is beware of false prophets. Beware of false prophets. And what's sad is money's not real, man. Money is not real. See, I was in the military, 21 years just in the guards. You know, just in the guards, you're just in the guards. But I did 21 years, so the times that they added up, I did 5.1 years. That's more than 56% of all military. That's all military. The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, whatever. 56% of all those get out after their first 4 years. Okay, I did 1.1 years longer than those people, but I don't get the benefits like they say they do. You know, they promised me a lot of shit when I was in there, but as soon as you turn 60, you don't get that shit like they say. So I need my eyes fixed. And I just made an appointment. It was going to be on the 24th. I was going to go in for my very first appointment to see a doctor to start the operations. And they called me and they said it's going to be like at the earliest, the end of June, middle of July, that they could see me. That's to see me. That's not the operation because of this coronavirus and stuff like that. So they're putting me off. And hopefully there's somebody watching. I don't know if there is or not, but hopefully there is. And what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, the military industrial complex. They spend a lot of money on that. And this is what's weird because we help out other countries. You know, we send millions and millions and millions of dollars. That's what the big issue was about with Trump, holding out the money to this one country for evidence on Biden's son. You know, that's what they were saying. I think it was Biden. Okay. It was a big fucking issue, man, for a long time. This is what, instead of giving those guys millions and millions and millions of dollars, give them like $3 million. Say, hey, this is what we're going to do for you. We're going to build you a building, and we're going to put you a printing press in there. You can print all the fake money you want, just like us, because we're just printing out fake money, you know. There's no backing behind it. There's none. Zilch. And we're giving these guys billions, not billions, probably some of them billions,
It goes into billions in military-industrial complex. That's billions of that, of course. But we're helping these countries out. Why don't they make their own fake money? Aren't they that smart? It's like, we're printing out fake money. We're in the four horsemen of the apocalypse. We're in the apocalypse right now, starting of the apocalypse. It's going to get worse, but don't worry. Everybody's going to be fine. Don't panic. Don't panic. But the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Political. See all that bullshit about the political shit that's going on? Nobody can decide what the fuck. Okay, political, educational. Anybody that went to college can tell you this. A book costs $200 and they may not even open it. And then when the class is over with, they cannot sell it back. Okay, political, educational, monetary is fake. There's three of them right there. Monetary. Money is not real. There is no real money anymore. Okay, it's a piece of paper. It's useless. Okay, and religion. All four of those are fake. So be aware of that. But I don't want to ramble on. But it was kind of weird that Google had to update my computer so I can go back on. They have to update every day. See, that's like the Tesla cars. I like Tesla cars, I honestly do. Should have been here 100 years ago. But every day they're updating. They know everything about the other cars. They communicate with each other. So like if there's a pothole that hasn't been fixed or whatever, they know where it's at. They tell the other cars, there's a pothole here, watch out. There's road construction here, watch out. They all know where the traffic lights are. Very, very smart idea, It's all run by computers. But the thing is, he's got SpaceX going. Elon Musk is very smart person. And he's got SpaceX. And say Donald Trump. Okay, Donald Trump started this thing called the Space Force just recently. So we got the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, and the Space Force. We're going to donate a lot of money back into the military and industrial complex for the Space Force. Okay? Get this. To save a lot of money, I don't know if this can be done or not, but this is how I think. You take a nuclear submarine, take off the nuclear missiles and shit like that. It's still nuclear power. You hook it onto one of Elon Musk's, the Heavy, he's got one of those SpaceX Heavies. Put that puppy on the side of it, put it up into space, let it go, let it sit out there for a week or so, see how it's going. Then come back with the crew that used to be on that submarine. Come back, pick them up, put them into space, man. And I think it will work because they got air, they got food, they got everything. It's pressurized. Probably a lot of them throw up, I don't know. But that's just the way I'm thinking. And I have a lot of weird ideas. A lot of crazy ideas. When I first went into truck driving, I thought about this thing. Like right now, we're talking about the germs. It's so crazy that the CDC, they say, okay, what you need to do is you need to wash your hands. It's like, that is common sense. Look at this. I'm eating with my freaking hands because I know I washed them. I clean my hands. I'm not worried. But the CDC says, wash your hands. But the germs, okay, my invention, I invented this a long time ago, probably 15 years ago or so. I hate picking up the toilet seat. I honestly hate it because there's germs on that toilet seat. I know for a fact there's germs on the toilet seat. So like that old rag thing the old garbage cans or whatever, you step on this pedal and it lifts up the lid and you throw your garbage in there and it goes down. Okay. I made one of these for a toilet seat. So you just walk up there, step on this pedal, lifts up the toilet seat, you do your business, it goes back down for the old lady, That's world peace right there, man. And I thought this was a great idea because I've been around the world. I've been all around the United States, Been to Canada, Mexico, Germany, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I've never seen one of these. So I thought that would be an excellent idea. So I get a hold of a lawyer and tell him about my idea, and he goes, "Hey, that's an excellent idea, but you got a 99.9% chance you can't patent it off." You know. So I get a hold of the um, biggest patent office in the United States, maybe even in the world. It's called Littman's Law Office. I think it's in Pennsylvania or something. I'm not for sure where it's at. Excuse me, but it's on the East Coast. So I get a hold of them guys. I'm talking to them, and they go, "Wow, that's an excellent idea, man. Your idea could go global. You know, it could go global. You know, I never said I could get rich, but he said I could go global. So it costs you $500 to do a patent search. Okay, so I gave him $500. They did a good job because they sent me two books about that thick back of all the stuff that they researched, and that's been invented since about like 1986 or 1987, or you know, in the late 1900s or 1800s. Excuse me, in the late 1800s. You know, as soon as the indoor toilet started coming in, that that device was invented. You know, so far, I think they got like 38 patents on it. And one was, see, mine was called Don't Touch, because I don't want to touch that. I don't want to touch the toilet seat, get germs on it, on my hands, you know, spread it to my penis and spread it to a lady or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, mine was called Don't Touch, but they have one called Magic John, one called Flip Your Lid. And I was looking through the book, looking at all the different patent designs and stuff like that. Some of them are stupid. They would not work. Some of them you had to open, pick them up anyway, and it closed like your screen door. How your screen door has the spring-loaded thing that comes down. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what it was called, but I think a lady invented that one. You still have to pick it up, but it goes down by itself. After a certain length of time, it'll go back down. But that was just one of my inventions. I got a couple other inventions, and I don't know if anybody's watching this. I don't even know if I'm going live or not, but the thing is, I just want to put this stuff out, and this is lunch with the one-eyed fat man. Just be aware of the bill collectors that are coming, and they will be coming. Hopefully I didn't offend anybody. You know, I was talking about the ebonics and stuff like that. Last time I talked about Snoop Dogg. Remember back in the day when he used to go bajizzle, bajizzle, or whizzle, bajizzle, I don't know what the hell he was saying. But the ebonics caught on, you know, and they're bringing up words that are in the norm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody understands what they're saying. But the older people, we're not PC, and we're never PC. We'll die. We'll die the way we are. We're not changing. You know what I'm saying? But the world's getting worse, and you know, you need to help out your fellow neighbors and stuff like that. See, I got some excellent neighbors across the street. Excellent neighbors, man. You cannot ask for better people than these guys. They're originally from Mexico. You know, he got his green card or whatever it is. He's an American citizen now. You know, his name's Jose, of course, and her name's Mary, of course. Jose and Mary. You know, like that's like the number one Hispanic name. But anyway, when Trump got in, or just before Trump got in, she went back to Mexico and made sure that she could become an American citizen, because she didn't want to get deported. Because if she got deported, she may not ever be able to come back to the United States again. But you could not ask for a better family than these people, man. These people are excellent people, man. You know. And the thing about the politicians, it's all fake, man. It's like the Dow Jones right now. At least it's going up today. You know, it was up to 20 the last time I seen it, and yesterday it was down in the 1800s or 18,000. Excuse me, 18,000. Now it's up to 20,000. I don't know what it is right now, but it's fake, and people are freaking out. They're going to lose their houses. They're going to lose their houses over the Dow Jones. What's sad is people think How did I lose my invisible money? How did my invisible money disappear? You know, it's people on Wall Street. They came in and they scammed you. You've been scammed. You know, you paid all those years in, and you're not getting anything back. They're gonna. Some of these people are gonna lose enough money, a couple $100,000, enough to buy a house, enough for their retirement. You know, it's gonna get ugly. Money isn't real, people, and I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want people to panic. I don't want to ramble on either. But okay, yeah, say in the news, Harvey Weinstein. Okay, let's say that one for instance. Harvey Weinstein. Okay, he did a lot of stuff to a lot of people. You know, he's kind of like a false prophet too. You know, he's telling these women that you know, this is how you get into show business. But to me, Harvey Weinstein was the same as Brigham Young or Joseph Smith. 150 years ago, Harvey Weinstein would still be walking the streets. You know, 150 years ago, with Brigham Young and Joseph Smith, because they did the same shit to the women back then. I don't want to. How do I say this? I don't want to make people violent or anything like this. I want you to protect yourself, because a lot of women, a lot of kids, they can't protect themselves. Okay, you have your cell phone, record it, whatever, blah blah blah. Okay, they got these little guns called a Derringer. Two rounds. That's all you need. Because if you have 10 rounds, you're gonna unload. You're gonna go to prison. Okay, listen to what I'm about to tell you. You have 2 rounds. You get a small arms. You know, 22, 25 caliber. You know, 32 is kind of loud, but small arms. And if somebody tries to molest you or do whatever, like the old days, they had the dancing girls with the garter belt. They had a little Derringer. Okay, kid. I don't know about kids, you know, I shouldn't say this. But if you're getting molested, man, you know, and women too, take those Derringers, you got 2 rounds. You shoot them in the nuts, both of them, you know, right in the nuts. If their nuts are too small, if they got some small balls, you shoot the head off the snake, you know. You call the police, you tell them what's going on. See, the bad thing is if you got a bigger caliber gun, a lot of rounds, you're not going to be in the right mindset when this shit comes down. And you're going to unload your gun, and you're going to go to prison. So, use the small arms. I don't want to say kill these people, but these people need to be stopped. These people need to be stopped. You know, the Harvey Weinsteins, the people in the churches. You know, if a church ever has an NDA to stop sexual predators, that is not a true church. Remember that. Remember that. If it's a church, any organization, whatever. What pisses me off is that the LDS Church threw the Boy Scouts of America under the bus about a month ago or so. You know, they just freaking flat out dropped them. You know, and it really upset me at that day. And the thing is, like a few years back, they were talking about the gays. Gays could not come into the church at all. Blah blah blah. You know, blah blah blah. And the thing is that they passed a law saying the gays are as equal as anybody else. You know, so the church has to let them in. And if they don't, they lose the 501(c). That means that they have to pay taxes. So if they make 11 billion, which they do, they make around 10 to 11 billion dollars a year. They're going to have to pay some taxes on that. So that's a lot of freaking money they're going to lose out on. So they have to let the gays in. So this is what I'm hoping. One of these days, I want to see a transgender black what do they call him? Bishop, or the next level up. I don't know what they're on, what the levels are, but I'd like to see that. That'd make my day, because the Mormon Church is nothing but lies. It's the book of lies, man. They bring that book when they come to your door, and this is what's weird. They're there to preach the word of Jesus Christ in the Book of Mormon, blah blah blah. But you ask them. I've done this for years, and I've never had any of them give me the right answer. All I say is, just give me the first 5 books of the Bible, just the first 5. Like somebody will say Genesis, everybody knows Genesis. Deuteronomy, you know, they start Ruth, Esther, Leviticus, you know, Romans. They can't do 5, and they're here to teach you. I don't think so. You know, so the next time they come to your door, don't let them in. You know, because they're bringing the book of lies with them. The thing is just to ask them, what are the first 5 books of the Bible? Just ask them something that simple. And if they don't know that, they shouldn't be allowed to go door to door. So this was Lunch with the One-Eyed Fat Man. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you recorded it, and I don't know if anybody's watching me or not. Have a good day.